This computer. Hi, everyone. I'm Samantha Hammer, and I am joined with Patrick Watson to talk about his talks for the upcoming 2026 NORWAC. Hi, Patrick. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
So, you're doing two talks this year. One is Friday, May 22nd at 2:45, Playing with Fire and Combustion and Visibility. Do you mind giving us a little sneak peek on what to expect for that one?
Yeah, basically, if you may have heard that a planet is under the beams of the sun when it's within 15 degrees of a conjunction with the sun. But it turns out that the astronomy is, frustratingly non-compliant with that. 15 degrees is not sufficient of an answer to the question of if a planet is under the beams or not. Sometimes it could be correct, other times it's just not. And so I'm actually going to be going into a bit of the astronomy of the visibility of planets in terms of the independent visibility from the sun, and some examples of how that seems to work out in practice, whether a planet is visible or invisible. And I think that's quite interesting. And honestly, I think kind of opens up a whole new area of research in some ways. But yeah, I'm very excited for that.
That sounds so cool. I'm obsessed with like combustion overall. It's really interesting. But let's go ahead and move to your Sunday talk, which is illegal electional maneuvers that work actually. Can you give us a little bit on
Yeah,
that?
basically, there are some electional no-nos or electional crimes that you are not supposed to commit. And I have come up with a few ways and a few examples of how they can sort of work depending on what you're trying to achieve, and that we shouldn't take these rules at face value necessarily. I think we have to think more about what you're trying to accomplish, and that's sort of a good way of potentially looking at some of these illegal electoral maneuvers, these illegal crimes. So yeah, if you want to commit some electional crimes with me, that's the talk to go to.
I absolutely love that. And I feel like I'm feeling that collective sigh of relief from like electional astrologers everywhere. If anyone sat down with an electional, endeavor and to find that, to know any little like maneuvers that you can share is going to be really great. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's so funny that these ended up being the talks that I ended up going with because, of course, I didn't have a whole lot of control over which ones would get selected. All I knew is that around the time of NORWAC, the planet Mars would be conjunct to my natal ascent, my natal midheaven, and so honestly, I'm a little nervous about. The fact that I'm having this kind of intense transit around my midheaven at the time of these talks, but I just thought it was so funny that the talks that ended up getting chosen out of the ones they proposed were the ones that were the most kind of like Mars. I'm talking about playing with fire, combustion and visibility has this sort of fiery themes of it, and then of course my other one is about electional crimes.
I know.
Uh, so I'm kind of playing with the edge. I'm playing with fire. With
Absolutely.
some of the
Patrick the
constitution.
Rebel.
So hopefully I can emerge unscathed, and hopefully I can just sort of share what I've learned. But it's kind of interesting that for whatever reason it's probably going to be a little bit of a Mars thing. So if you want to come see my talks and see what that conjunction to my midheaven is all about, and whether I'll flame out or something, or I guess you'll get to watch the show.
Well, I hope not, but I think
Yeah.
it would be very astrology good if that happens. And you're actually going to be in the Q&A, the virtual Q&A on Sunday as well at 3:10 with a few other astrologers that I'm looking forward to. So try not to like, bite my head off or
No,
something. I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
no, no. I just hope I don't say something that sort of gets taken the wrong way. That's
Oh,
probably the main
please.
fear I have about
Totally.
trans like that, is just saying something sort of inflammatory or something. But I
Sure.
it should be able to just make it a very it'll be a very energetic weekend, I guess, for me.
Absolutely. May I ask what your 10th house is?
It's in the sign of
Oh,
Taurus.
duh.
So
Yeah. There we go.
Mars will, I think Mars is like just about to enter Taurus
Yeah,
like now. So,
I know.
um,
It's my
so like
10th
this is,
house too. So we're in this
oh,
together,
okay. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. So yeah, this is, we're in for some sort of Mars in the 10th type
It's
experience here.
perfect. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much. This has been really fun, like catching up with you right before the big weekend. If anyone is interested, head to norwac.net. There's still virtual and in-person tickets available, and we will see you all there. Thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you. See you
Bye,
guys.
everyone.
Bye.